Should have been on each other.
Ready to go? Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the whole team here at Jazz Real Estate, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us here this morning at our auction here at number 29 Dolphin Crescent here in the lovely suburb of Point Cook. To all of our bidders and buyers, we wish you all the very best with your bidding endeavours today. My instructions to you are quite simple, and that is to bid bold, bid aggressively, bid to your absolute maximum here today to give yourself every opportunity to be that lucky and successful buyer. I'm sure you're somewhere in the crowd here, so to you a slightly early congratulations is in order for your wonderful purchase. And what a wonderful purchase it will be for you and your family, I'm sure of it, for the many, many years to come. And of course, I'd like to take the time to thank our vendors as well for not only entrusting myself to be the auctioneer, but also the entire selling team here at Jazz Real Estate for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Now, of course, our listing agents, we've got none other than Jazz himself, is supported by the rest of the team. We've got Herschel and Sonam. If you do have any questions about the property, need any support with your bidding endeavours, they're the people to flag down. They'll happily come to your aid. But otherwise, I will quickly cover the rules and regulations of an auction. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, as your auctioneer will be indicating bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it will issue fines for misconduct. The rules do permit vendor bids. The words I will be using to indicate I am placing a bid on behalf of our vendors is simply vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can place those vendor bids. Now, the settlement terms for the purchase of this home is preferred between 30 to 45 days. Of course, if you've had any prior arranged terms and conditions discussed and our vendors have agreed to those terms, then you're more than comfortable to be bidding on that basis. We're also going to be asking for a 5 or 10% deposit payable this evening as well. If you are that lucky and successful buyer, that's to be made available to the trust account of Jazz Real Estate by bank check or bank transfer. Now, if there's no questions or concerns about any of those things, let's talk about this stunning home here at 29 Dolphin Crescent, Point Cook. A fantastic family home that's perfect for the first home buyer, small families, growing families, investors alike. This is a home here that ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see that by the turnout here at today's auction day. We're sitting on 441 square metres of prime Point Cook soil here. And a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, multiple car spacing opportunity here. The home is absolutely magnificent. The front-facing facade as well is beautifully done, so when you come on home, you're going to feel really nice and welcome there. Front facade is neatly landscaped, but of course the home is full of character. 20-year-old build, and that's really just where you see the craftsmanship come in. There's a lot of quality materials and fixtures and fittings all throughout the home that have really already stood the test of time. When you walk on in, you can tell it's very spacious, very generous, and also still very, very well presentable as well. The layouts, you've got multiple living zones out towards the front and even towards the open kitchen dining area as well. Very good separation of space. You've got the master bedroom out the front and also two more bedrooms out the back. They're all very spacious as well. It's not your normal small bedrooms that you see in some of the newer houses. And on top of that, you've got a seamless transition into that outdoor patio area as well. That's all concreted, and that's all very, very usable space and very low maintenance as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good home up for your competition. And, of course, the location is what sets it apart. It is in a very prime spot in Point Cook. You've got all of the local amenities very close by from this location. You've got parks and reserves and walking trails literally down the road. Walking distance down to Williams Landing train station. Buses just on Palmer's Road as well. You've got all the schools, shops, public, private, primary and secondary. Zoning, of course, you've got Seabrook Primary School, Caramballoch College, Point Cook Senior College as well. Shops, you've got Stocklands Point Cook Shopping Centre nearby, Sanctuary Lakes, lots of other amenities including community centres, medical centres, golf clubs as well if you're interested in taking out the clubs and having a swing there too. And a lot more. If you're going to be driving anywhere as well, there's a very abundance of roadways and freeways very close to this location. So a very good place to be, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you, a good time to get into the marketplace as well. If anything, we've just missed out on the rock bottom of the market. We're seeing rate cuts come into the market. We're seeing other first home buying benefits come into the market as well. So that's only bringing more and more demand into the real estate market, ladies and gentlemen. So very good time to get in. I'd suggest that you bid confidently, bid strongly, ladies and gentlemen. Handing it over to you now for your spirited bidding. Who would like to get the auction underway? And I don't mind where we start. Very good weather that we're blessed with today, so don't mind. We can take our time with it here. I don't mind standing in the nice sunny weather here. Happy to start at any opening figure. $630,000 and paddle number 14 now in the lead, and good luck to you. At $630,000 now in the lead. Let's go in tens on the rise from here. At $630,000, Jazz, your bidder in the lead, and good luck to them. At $630,000, need to be $640, or you can even go $650 if you really want to be aggressive and stamp your foot down. Show strength at the start of the auction, ladies and gentlemen. Paddle number 14, showing social proof and evidence that the property is wanted by somebody else here. Raise your hand, show me that you're interested now at $630,000. Very fair value buying here. First call now at $630,000. Second call at $630. Now the bid. Third. Final time, are we sure? $640 out there. The bigger bid wins. We've already started at $630. Now two bidders fighting it out. Happy to see you in at $650 if you like. At $640,000 now out to the left-hand side. Jazz, let me know if your buyer would like to jump back in. At $640,000 now. You can't see his body language out that way because you're lined up perfectly, but he's shaking his head a lot. He's bid once and he's already shaking his head saying he's out, but I wouldn't quite believe him. At $640,000 now in the lead, out to the left-hand side of the auction. Guys, happy to see you in as well. At $640,000, are we going to go 50? At $640, the bid now out to the left-hand side. We're going to keep it in the tens for the time being. Happy to see you back in. Are you serious? Really? Just come in. $650 now. We've got competition. At $650 now, would you like to go $660? Let's do it quickly and show strength. At $650,000 now, out to the right-hand side, and good luck to you. Three active bidders now, and good luck. At $650,000, we're getting a little bit of drizzle now. Let's speed it up. At $650,000, I know you're going to bid anyways. You may as well rip the Band-Aid off and do it quickly. At $650,000 now, let's call it three times. First call at $650. And $660, let's go $670 quickly. At $660,000, I know there's a little bit more. At $660,000, it's worth more than that too. At $660,000, let me know. How about a 5 if that will get you back in? At $60,000 now. Jazz, your bidder in the lead. Have a think about it now. If you're going to do the 5s, let's do it quickly. Show some strength. At $660,000, at least pretend a little bit better. Make him sweat for it. At $660,000, give him a little bit more of a tough time. At $660, out to the left-hand side. Any other interest? We may be wrapping things up now. First call at $660,000, and good luck out this way. Second call at $660,000. Third and final time. Are we all done? Are we all finished and are we all silent? Now, I feel very bad for you guys holding the cameras here because it's a lot of expensive equipment and we're starting to get a little bit of drizzle. That seems like it may turn into a shower. At $660, are we sure we're all done? Ideally, we'd like to wrap things up now. Are we sure we're done here? I'll tell you now, a bidder tells an auctioneer 3 to 7 times that they're out before they're truly out. You've been shaking your head pretty much continuously. At $665, and our fourth bidder joining in now. Jess, where have you found another bidder from? $665, and good luck to you. At $665 and $70 now, working overtime with two bidders next to each other. $670 now, would you like to go $75? At $670,000 now. $670 now, the bid. In a prime location of Point Cook, to remind you here, at $670,000, an incredible value buying opportunity at 29 Dolphin Crescent. $675, and welcome back. Good luck to you. At $675 now, a lot of action happening just in this very small location here. At $675, we'll welcome all of our other bidders back in if you'd like. At $675 now, the bid. 4 active bidders all in total at 675. How about 680? At 675 now the bid, like I said, show some strength. Let's bid quickly now. It's only money. You can make the money back. At 675 now the bid. In the lead now. First call at 675 and good luck. Second call at 675 and I wish I did the auction inside. 680 now, Jazz. I think some good time to get some instructions from our vendors as well. 680 now. How about 685? I can tell you they're starting to slow down with their bidding here, which means another knockout bid could just secure you the home here at $680,000. Now we're truly at the back end of the auction now. 685 and good bid. 685 now. We're shaking our head now at 685. I would have suggested to you to go to 690 at 685 because there may be a chance that they're still going to come back for more. At 685 now you're shaking your head. You are showing me signs that we're reaching our limit here, but I can tell you the longer you stay in the market, the higher the property values go. At 685, the next auction and the next sale that you try to participate in may be just as tough, if not tougher. At 685, a very, very premium home in a premium location in Point Cook. How are we going at this way? At 685, we've got 4 bidders in total, and I believe 1 still in it at this stage. I'm still holding out for more. I haven't fully believed you just yet. At 685, Jazz, how are we going with our instructions inside? And I'd like to know if the property was on the market, which we may be getting some instructions from inside very shortly. Would you bid? At 685, the bid, we're truly at the back end of the auction now, which means any bid on top could secure you the home. At 685 now, they might be approaching their budget as well. You never know. Just because they're bidding strongly doesn't mean they're done. At 685, any other bid? What about 687? And by the way, thank you very much for your patience. I do believe we're almost done at this stage. I know that you're giving me a very resolute no, but I can sense a little bit of indecision. I'll give you a little bit of time. At 685, now if we're not getting some instructions from inside, from Jazz's owner, just in a moment's time, I'm going to take a quick pause, but I think we're almost done. How are we going out this way? We're done at this stage. Some quick rapid fire bidding made that decision a bit easier, didn't it? At 685, sometimes if it slows down, you think maybe I'm going to do another bid. And how are we going out this way? You started things off. 685 now the bid. Sometimes buyers come back in and surprise me. You never know. I've seen it all before now, ladies and gentlemen. Jazz, how are we going inside? Any instructions there? Need to know. We're at 685 now. Guys, I'm going to take a quick pause to the auction here. Waiting on you guys to jump back in. I won't hold it against you, but hopefully I have some very good news for you in just a moment's time. Give me 2 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for your patience and anticipation where we're passing on the instructions from our vendors to our highest bidder here. I can tell you we are very, very close to meeting our reserve price here today and selling to the highest bidder. Now, I have passed on specific instructions that our vendors have asked me to pass on to our highest bidder at this stage, letting them know exactly how close we are to that particular point in time and asking them if they would like to increase their offer to that price. I can tell you we're only a matter of 1 or 2 more bids until we're getting to that stage where we can announce the property on the market. The magic words that everybody wants to hear and the auctioneer wants to announce here. So, ladies and gentlemen, in absence of that bidding, we're simply going to be passing that property in to our highest bidder for negotiations or potentially even selling as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you one last opportunity to make sure you've given me your absolute best, because at the very least, our highest bidder is going to be coming inside and negotiating exclusively with our vendor's written reserve price. So if you do want to be that bidder that comes inside and buys the property, then you need to be the highest bidder and you need to bid right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand it over to you now for your spiritual bidding once again. Where do we go from here? And I'm waiting for your instructions as well if you'd like to execute on that. Happy to see you guys back in and potentially unlock that opportunity for yourself ahead of time. At $685,000 now, the bid very close to announcing the property on the market here. Jazz, waiting for your instructions here. And guys, happy to see you back in. Now, I will ask you once again, if one more bid was the bid to buy you the property, would you do it or would you not? Because there's a very rare opportunity in auction to buy a premium home like this at such a great, amazing price. At $685,000, the bid potentially, at the very least, passing the property in out this way and you lose your opportunity. And at $690,000, ladies and gentlemen, we are now on the market and selling to our highest bidder at $690,000. Now, good luck here. And at the very least, we are going to be congratulating our new owners and welcome them to their home at 29 Dolphin Crescent here in Point Cook. No better offer we sell here, ladies and gentlemen, making sure, have we got your absolute best? There's no late offers. No late bids here at $690,000, and we congratulate you in advance at $690,000. Now the bid. Now, guys, here we are officially on the market. Need to check with you once again. There's no more playing around, no more games. So it's $690,000. Any bid on top will get you back in contention and potentially buying you the home at $690,000. I don't quite believe you guys are too happy, too relaxed to be out from the auction here. At $690, we are going to be selling. Once you told me you're out, and I completely agree with you, we're done. At $690, we're sure. I'd like to thank you very much for your bidding. We're all done here. I heard the word positive. That could mean two things. That means no, we're not done yet. That means done, as in potential. I can't do this anymore. At $690,000. By the way, I thank you very much for your bidding. At $690,000, ladies and gentlemen, sell. No better offer. We're absolutely sure. We're all done. We're all finished. We're all silent, ladies and gentlemen. I call it 3 times, and we congratulate our new owners. First call, second call, third and final time. We're all done. We're all finished. And ladies and gentlemen, I will remind you, if you are thinking about selling your home by way of auction, make sure to speak to the team at Jazz Real Estate. They'll happily recreate this auction. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our highest bidder. We are sold. Congratulations. Well bid. Well bought. Thank you, everybody, for your attendance here, for attending another auction here with Jazz Real Estate, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one.